motorcycle after another. Loud music. See them lined up? They're lined up. They're all blasting different radio stations. This is organized harassment. I'm walking down my yard. Voice campaign. They do this all night long. See, they all show up at once, blast their music, and they all leave. It's completely silent. It went from 20 motorcycles. See this? 20 motorcycles. And 20 different stereos from the motorcycles blasting. 1 second. And then I'm shaking all over. I'm like, they do these things to me constantly. These things that do not make sense. They come to my home and they do these things that do not make sense. I'm thinking they're probably firemen or policemen. They work as a network. That was mob stalking. That's when my cat is gone. My cat is hiding. It's okay, Gypsy. There she is. She was hiding. It's okay, honey. It's okay. We're okay. And it's to do exactly what they just did. They've got a camera in my house. We're going to go through this on every video. They knew I grabbed my camera. They knew I went outside. I walked from here, my door right here, all the way to the end of my yard. And there were, across the street, there were motorcycles lined up with stereos blasting. I don't know why I let that bother me so much. I mean, I'm not bothered by it, but I'm shaking from it. Because what just happened, I was not prepared for it. I wasn't ready for that. Even though they do it over and over, they'll do it again. This is the second time. It was 11 o'clock after 11 p.m. the first video. 11, 12, 1. 2 hours later, they're all back over here again. They pull in. They come in as a mob. It's like flash mob harassment. You know, like flash mob dancing at the mall or whatever. Where you go to a mall and there's a flash mob dance routine there. They have flash mob harassment where people go in groups. They go in a group somewhere and this is a flash mob harassment. They use their stereo, they rev up their engines, and they do it in volume, quantity, as a group, a large group, to where it will be overwhelming. It will be bold. It will be in your face. It will be unnatural. It's like, did I confuse myself for being at home in my bed or in my backyard for being at a drag race, a motorcycle drag race, or a bar, and see how they came in? It was quiet. They came in, blasted, turned the music up. That was to get my attention, to get me to get up and come out and look. I got up to come out and look, and then they turned all their music up real loud. And then there was a line of, there was 20 motorcycles. They've been doing that every weekend. They've been doing that on the weekend, every weekend. So it must be, they're organizing. There's no business over there. There's no bar. There's only one business over there, period, during working hours. So those people are coming, these people are all coming to my home and around my home. In my cameras, they have people walking down the street, acting crazy, getting in my cameras and then acting stupid or crazy. To the extent I grab my camera and I go outside to see what I just did here. What the hell is going on around my house? What are they doing? What are they deploying at my home? What are they deploying now? What intimidation tactic are they deploying now? And there'll be something else. And they're creative. Every week, it's something else. Something that strikes up anxiety, instant anxiety, confusion. That was confusing to me. Here I was watching a show on this. Actually watching this. Police gang stalking operation and tactics. I was watching a video about it. And they came here and actually did it while I'm watching the video. Like, I can't make a video without them coming to my home and doing something else. Like, I'll be making a video about the last thing that they did, and they'll come along and do something else. In this case, I was actually watching a video. This says police gang stalking operation and tactics. It's an operation. It's like a psyop directed towards an individual. And it is organized, conspired and organized by police and their networks. When he views it gets 77,000 views. This is the thing. This is the police state we live in. Okay, last Saturday night, they did the same thing, except for it was police cars with sirens and lights. So, they can't do that. They can't use the same tactic over and over again. And what they'll do, see, I've made videos I've got that on video. I've got 30, the same thing that they just did with those motorcycles. A week ago tonight, they did the same thing with actual police cars. Boom, 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 sirens going, boom, they're flying down Sheridan, they're flying down the street. 30 of them. By the time I got my camera, just like I grabbed my camera for this little episode, by the time I got my camera, I counted 30. And there was more than that. I just don't know how many more there was before that. It takes me a while to make the connection that Oh, one cop car. Two cop car. Okay, 5 cop cars. Time to grab your camera. See what I'm saying? It takes me... Seeing a cop car is not something I'm immediately going to grab my camera for. Or 2 or 3. But after 5, I'm grabbing my camera. Okay, and then I start counting. And it's like 30 cop cars driving, coming to my home and doing this. It's called street theater. That's what they call it, where the police put on a performance, like street theater, by mobbing you. And what they do is the amount of cars that they have, the amount of motorcycles. They want to make it overwhelming for you. They want to be bold. They want you to know that it is directed to you by continuing the patterns. This is a pattern. This is the latest pattern that they're using. And they alternate these patterns. And they do use all of their patterns, but they alternate them. But one thing is for sure, if you're awake, they're sneaking something, they're creeping around your home. They're creeping around you. And they use their surveillance that they've got in your home, that they've legally placed in your home, all through your home. And people will be like, why don't you just take it down? It's not that easy. Because it's hard time finding the cameras. You have to have a $10,000 device or tool, technology to go straight to all the cameras that they've planted throughout your attic and through your sheetrock in your walls, or the outlets on your walls. The fixtures, anything that's got electric supply, it's got power to it, they can connect the camera to and pop a pinhole camera through the sheetrock, and you'll never see it. I mean, especially when you live in a big house, or especially when you have red walls. It's got texture all over it, so. But anyway, I have found the cameras. I know there's a camera there. But it's also my smoke detector. I took it down because they broke into my home, stole my smoke detectors. They did not have cameras, and they replaced it with these that do. These First Alert. You can look these up online. First Alert smoke detector spy cams. You'll see this exact smoke detector. I had to put it back up because they stole mine. So I would rather have, they've got cameras on me anyway, all through my house. So I would rather have, I've got to use smoke detectors to protect myself and my home. And these are hardwired. So there's another one connected to it. So if it goes off on the other side of the house, this one goes off in here. And it lets me know that there's a problem. There's smoke in the other end of my house. So it's just too much of a fire hazard. And the fire department's, this started with employees from the fire department. And, I keep trying to turn the other cheek and not report this. It's every day, and it's a way to force you out of your home. But I don't know if I'm going to...
Those that are anti-abortion, those that are anti-nuclear,